All right, Satya. The second yama is Satya, which is truthfulness. A lot of times, I think when I'm working with people who are new to the sutras, new to the eight-limb path, and new to the yamas, they a lot of times hear about Satya and they're thinking like, got it, I don't lie anyway. And I mean, of course, it does encompass being truthful in our speech and not saying things that are untrue. But Satya is really a much deeper concept. It's about being true to yourself. So before you can be true to yourself, you must be aware of yourself. You must study yourself. You must be in tune with yourself. You must be gentle with yourself and know who you are so that you can find that level of self-acceptance that will allow you to be true to yourself, that inner essence of who you are underneath it all, ripping back all the layers, that true essence of you that exists deep within. And this is what we're talking about. It's honoring that piece. Satya is about honoring your truth. Speaking your truth, yes, but also just living and being your truth. Be true to yourself. And it does involve speaking your truth. And sometimes that's hard, because there's this age-old tug of war between ahimsa and Satya. How can I be truthful and still not harm others? What if me speaking my truth and living in my truth harms another person? Then what do I do? Satya is not just about refraining from lying, right? Because Sat means truth, true essence, true nature, pure self, right? And so Satya is about being true to your own pure nature. Satya is about remaining pure and unchanged. So you got to remember first that you're not what you did or what you said. That's not who you are. That's not your truth. Because what you did, what you said, where you were, those things are all circumstantial, okay? They're fleeting. So they may have been true in that moment in time. That's what you did. That's what you said. It's where you were. But an hour later, that's not what you're doing. That's not what you're saying. That's not where you are. So what we're talking about when we're talking about Satya is that true essence of who you are deep within. And in fact, like even how you feel, that's fleeting, that's circumstantial, that's temporary. That's not who you are. So when we come to this conflict of ahimsa and Satya, how do I practice truthfulness, being true to who I am, speaking my truth, being my truth, while also practicing non-harm? I don't want to hurt anyone. So if I have to lie to avoid hurting someone, now I'm practicing ahimsa, but I'm not practicing Satya. So how does this work out? And I've spent a lot of years studying this, and what I've found is that if you have to lie, you're not practicing Satya. If you remain silent, you're still being true to yourself. You don't have to verbalize everything, right? So sometimes there may be times that we prioritize doing no harm above truthfulness, but yet we don't violate our Satya either. Sometimes we may just sit silently to avoid harming another person if we're not asked a direct question that would cause us to have to speak our truth. And if push comes to shove and we have to speak our truth, at that point, we do it in a way that is kind, that is gentle, and we do it with love. And if we're coming from that place of pure intentions, then the least amount of harm possible will be done. It's a sticky topic, ahimsa versus Satya. And, we all kind of have to tap into our own sense of intuition and judgment because it varies from one specific situation to the next. There are no two situations that are going to have the same outcome. And sometimes I think it's not really even about right or wrong. It's about what's right for you and what's right for that situation. But it's something that you want to be aware of so that as you're navigating, what's guiding you is ahimsa, it's Satya, it's your yamas. It's how can I try my best to remain truthful while doing no harm. So you want to practice Satya first with yourself. And that's going to help you to build this sense of honor within, this sense of integrity. And as it builds and it builds and it builds, suddenly it's overflowing from you and you're pouring it out externally to everyone around you. And I can tell you that if you're not being true to yourself and you're not practicing Satya within, it's going to be impossible to be truthful with the world around you. And so, what does Satya look like on the mat? For me, it's about honoring my body, being truthful to myself and truthful to my practice. So, if I know that I've experienced an injury and there's a physical boundary that I don't need to cross, I need to honor that on my mat. I need to honor that in my practice. I need to know what my limits are for myself in that moment, in that position, in that shape on my mat. And it's just that's what it's all about, just honoring and maintaining the integrity of who you are and maintaining that integrity of your body, knowing that your body is your temple and it houses your spirit. And so you have to take good care of your body in your practice. And that wraps up Satya, the second yama.